Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Tech Team Challenge channel. We're going to tinker and learn. Today, we're going to work with Microsoft Access, and we're going to create a login form for Microsoft Access that allows user level access to a database. So before we begin, I'll start with the intro. Okay, so basically, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscribe. Like the video and share the video with a friend if you find it they will benefit from it. It all helps the algorithm. Um, First thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to create a table that relates the users to the level of access that they have in the database. It's going to be a 3-column table. It's going to contain the username, password, and security level. Um, and I have a working example of how this is going to look. So before we begin, let's see. All right, so what I have here is a lock database demo. And what happens is when you go into it, you have to enter a username and password. So if I enter anything else, nothing, I'll get username or incorrect password type situation. Now, to get into the database, you have to you have to put in the correct credentials. And it does like a lookup and gives you access. Now, how this works is like you get, like, say, different levels of access. So if I come in under the second admin account, I will get a different screen. And basically, I get access to all the admin credentials. So that's essentially what we're going to create today. So I'm going to go back to the presentation. And so in order for this to work, once again, we're going to need that table that relates to users to access at the level of access that they have in the system. And this could be used a variety of different ways. Um, Also, for this to work, we are going to need a form that lets us enter the password and checks the database for validity and deny entry to invalid credentials. A VBA Macro is also needed to make this work. The forms we're going to need are admin, login, and welcome. So we're going to get ready to set that up. And so I'm going to start with a new blank database. And we're going to call this table. First, we're going to click to add username, password, and I forgot what the third one was that we needed to call it. Hold on a second. Security level. Security level. And we'll just put a way in for us. put another way in for us. All right, we'll save this table as users. Then we're going to need a form. We'll use the columnar base setup for our form. We can modify, finish the form settings. All right, so a couple of things we're going to do is we're going to look at how this form behaves real quick so that we know the defaults of what we did. So it's automatically going to load up our admin and our password. We don't want it to do that. So I'm going to go back into design view. And I'm just going to delete those fields. They're not going to help me. So I'm going to create, let's see, form design, insert a field. So what we have here is first we're going to add a text box. And that'll be our username. Then we'll set this data pull from username. And then we'll get a little password thing on here. All right, and then we'll like home, we'll just make the font dark black for us. And then like we'll take a look and save it and see how our form is looking. All right, go back to design view. And delete it. We're gonna change this to an input mask of like a password. Finish. We're gonna we're gonna quickly add the buttons. And we'll just, well, we don't have a macro to run, so we select the object. So let me go back and we don't have anything right now, so I don't have anything to select. But I'm gonna select design. Oh, enter. Enter. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to bring it right on over. And I'll make it a cancel button. Now, when we save this form, we do form view, nothing will happen when we click these buttons. Also, there's just a couple things that we could do to, you know, make this a little bit more professional in the design view. Um, so one of the first things we want to do is we want to make this, instead of like say a tab, we want to make this oh, I'm on the wrong thing. We want to make it, instead of we we don't want this to be like say a tab. So we're gonna need to make this into a kind of like a if I select the whole form, single form. Hit the screen. No. Um. Oh yeah, we'll change the modal and make this a pop up. That's what we needed to do. All right. Now, when I save it and I view it, it's gonna look like that. It's gonna come up as a pop up. Back to the design view. All right. So automatically, when we click cancel, we want it to, first of all, we're gonna need a couple of panels. So we're gonna create a form. I'm gonna create a form wizard, and I'm gonna create table users. And just select everything over. Click next. Let it be columnar, and we'll call it users. And let's make an admin panel. Finish. And then we're gonna create another one. And it's just gonna be just gonna make a simple welcome screen. All right, so we have the basics of what we need to make this work. All we need now is we need to get these buttons to do what we need them to do. So one of the things is that when we click cancel, we want to sort of close the database. So I'll demonstrate this. First, I want to save our work as a database. Yes. We close all objects, and then put it in my G drive. Yeah. Put it here, and we'll call it like law database demo 2. Say it will work. And I just want to demonstrate for those purposes what we have in the lock demo database. When I click cancel, we want it to cancel and just close out of the database. So we want to get that code. The code is, we'll find out in a second. All right, so we want to get this code. So when we just want to use the simple code quit. That's all we got to do. All right. So in my database that I'm working on, let me get back to that. All right. In my database, I'm going to rename this one to login. And then I'm going to work on it a little bit, get the design view. All right, build event, code builder, and I'm going to quit. Simply quit. Sorry I had to look that up, but oh well. So it makes it a little bit harder to get into the database when they actually have to reopen it and close it because they couldn't get into it the first time. And then also too, we're gonna build an event for the enter button. And I have this code here, and I actually like found it on another video, but because I thought it kind of like demonstrated a good user access level. We're using 2 access levels, 1 and 2. And you get different screens when you do that. So we'll just take this code and we'll put it in this button here. And we'll see how it runs. All right, first things first, in order to get this to do this right, we're going to go to the options. One of the things that we could do is go to current database. We could give it an application title name and stuff like that. So we could call it like the lock database demo. And we don't have to display the navigation pane. We could also display. We could also modify the navigation options. But the most important thing that I want to do is I want to display the logons. And then, of course, you must close and reopen the current database for the specified option to take effect. Okay, so anytime I type anything, okay, so something's not found. So I gotta modify my code to fix just to make it work error free. So I'm gonna stop the debugger and then design this. All right, what's the name of this field? I had to modify a few things. All right, let's see if we can save it. Close out of it. See if we can run this again. See what we get. I don't think it's gonna run right because I forgot to do something. Let's try it again. All right, what did I do here? Oh, I will replace user account with users. All right, try this again. All right, so basically we got the basic thing working. We could do all kinds of modifications. Like one of the things you want to do to secure your database is to go to the current database, and then you could change display navigation plane. Then you have to close and reopen the database to see the navigation pane disappear. So it'll deny you access if you don't have your credentials right. Let's see a couple of things you could do here too. We can get into it. Let's see. I'm gonna edit the forms and stuff so you can go back in there. Current database, show navigation plane. I have to go back into it again. Just one more time. In it. All right. So I wanted to go in it to alter a few things about the login. All right. So first of all, like for it to not show that, we can edit it in design view, and then we can say no control. Neither for scroll bars. Record selectors, no. Navigation buttons, no. So save it, form view, and that's more professional. So a couple of things that we want to do is to finalize it. Um, we want to one of the things that we want to do is not show the navigation pane. So we'll just demonstrate that again. So, current database, display navigation pane. Let's close and reopen. And basically, that's really it in a nutshell. You can do this with any database. You can control the access level. There's all kinds of different possibilities. I'll just demonstrate it again. And you have your database, all that stuff. So that's what you need to make it work. We got our user account login and all that stuff. We made the macro. I'll make the macro available on my site for you to all download and all that good stuff. Also, too, you could check us out. We created a grocery database for grocery shopping to make grocery shopping a little bit more simpler. I have an updated version that's coming out. It's got everything like numbered, and the reports are done real nice and everything like that, so that when you have your grocery list, it spits it out to your Google Drive and such. So stay tuned for that. Also, too, you could get your copy right now if you can't wait at grocerydynamite.com or info@grocerydynamite.com for more questions. It requires at least Office 2016 Professional Plus or later. And once again, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, share the video with a friend, and like the video on your way out. It all helps the algorithm. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.